If my YouTube channel of 10 years is terminated next week, this is why. In this last month, I have been receiving copyright strikes from Onision on my content. For those of you who are unaware, in the last 10 years, I've made a total of roughly 40 videos, always talking about Onision and the things that he does on this platform. But most of all, I'm kind of a connoisseur of responding to this guy on YouTube because he's involved in a lot of controversial bad stuff. He does a lot of bad things, he says a lot of bad things, he's been involved in multiple different scandals. Anytime there's some big old juicy stuff out there, I talk about it. And one of the ways I've always talked about anything on this channel as a whole for the last 10 years is by responding to people. Meaning that I take something that they say verbatim, like a sentence, a structure for 20, 30 seconds, I show it off to my audience, and then I respond to it with my own editing, my own transformative content, but most of all, my own personality, my own opinions, but most of all, my own commentary. My opinions and response is my own original work. It's my own thoughts, it's my own personality, it's all me, 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 with the exception of short clips that I edit together that these people have said online publicly. I've been doing this for over 10 years. This is not a new thing, but over the last 10 years, Onision is the only individual who I've ever really had an issue with who is trying to currently take down my content. For those of you who don't know, I have 2 copyright strikes on my account as of right now. I made 2 videos a couple weeks ago. Onision has copyright struck those, putting me at 2 strikes on my YouTube channel. If I hit a 3rd this week, my channel will be suspended and terminated. Now here's what you need to understand, is that these copyright strikes are false. Earlier last month, Onision filed a copyright strike against one of my videos. He took down the video for roughly about 2 days, and then within those 2 days, I filed what's known as a counter notification to appeal the copyright strike takedown that he did on my video, which affected my YouTube account. How it works is once you counter-file a YouTube video that's been copyright struck, the then copyright owner, Onision, then has to file a court order in order to keep the video completely off of YouTube. And here's the thing, no one on YouTube does that, with the exception of the H3H3 legal case that went down. In all of YouTube history, I can only think of one instance where this actually went legally with somebody trying to take somebody's content down falsely, and he ended up losing severely and ended up paying thousands upon hundreds of thousands of dollars legal dues because he filed a false copyright strike and took someone's content falsely when it was clearly fair use. All of my content towards Onision over the last 10 years has fallen under transformative in nature, commentary, and criticism, which by law is defended not only by the First Amendment, but also legally. And when I say legally, I'm not joking around here, pish-posh, oh, YouTubers who make legal threats. I'm serious. On May 27th and May 29th, if Onision does not provide a court order to keep the videos down, these videos will be restored on my YouTube channel, and the strikes will be revoked. But it's not the fact that he's going to provide a court order, it's the fact that he's intentionally trying to take my channel down with a 3-strike hit. This is done with malicious intent, just like he tried to do earlier last month, but failed to do because he couldn't provide a court order to keep it down, and the video was restored. We as creators on YouTube cannot allow people to abuse this DMCA process on YouTube in order to get videos taken down falsely just for 10 to 15 days because they don't like what somebody has to say. If I was uploading content in RAW format on my channel or RAW video without editing things, changing things, having the majority of the video me responding to something that's, you know, a 3-minute clip, and I can make a 30, 40-minute video out of responding to very specific things that that person says, the majority of that content is mine, with the exception of the 3 minutes, which falls under fair use copyright. I'm not going to walk you through how fair use works because it's so blatant and, like, everyone, for the most part, everybody knows how fair use works here on YouTube. The problem is people like Greg, who responds to somebody like this. Now, to get this, this was just a few days ago, and this is not just me. He's doing this with other people, too. He says, Onision, good evening. As a neighbor, I ask for your time. As a colleague, I ask for your understanding of my frustration. Yesterday, you chose to give me an ultimatum. Either I delete my video about you within 7 days, or YouTube will do the deed and give me a copyright strike. Mr. Jackson, I will not be removing my video from YouTube. My video was a response to yours. I posted clips of your works into my work to provide a refutation with context. The basis of my rebuttal, Mr. Jackson, rests legally in your original work as well as all good rebuttals do. The fair use doctrine protects my right to use clips for your videos in order to propel my commentary. I am positive that my clips of you fit comfortably under fair use acts and law, and my video certainly fits comfortably under the First Amendment. I wear my rights with pride, and I would not watch passively, daoistically, if I were to be stripped from them. This is why I urge you, Onision, to repeal your claim against me, and also your claims against my colleagues. We write rebuttals to some of your content. We do not slander or harass you. We discuss things that you have publicly shared. I really need to stress this point on YouTube. Publicly shared. This is not me going out of my way trying to find little snippets of information. The majority of every single one of my 40 responses over the last decade have been to things that you have posted on YouTube in your own goddamn words. And you can absolutely bet your ass, if you take my channel down with a third strike, I will have a very, very easy to win legal case against you, Greg. We exhibit our ideas as you exhibit yours to this platform non-intrusively. Our stages are similar than yours, but not inferior. Our words resonate through our theaters with the same relative sonority as yours. I am steeled to fight my copyright strike until I receive due justice. I will fight with no under end. I do not deserve a copyright strike. I do not deserve a copyright strike. I deserve for the claims to be dropped and for you to take responsibility for your unfounded persecution of creators like me. With this, I offer you self-evident ultimatum. Thank you, Gabrielle Peg. With legal issues, it's best to speak with a lawyer. Here's something that everybody should read. Yeah, and I read that, Greg. It's also linked down below for everybody to read, and it says exactly what I've already said. If you actually look up legal fair use cases under copyright, the majority almost always favor fair use. Because unless I'm uploading raw formats of your videos and not doing my own thing to them and editing and giving commentary and criticism, my own original work, me, yeah, it would be a valid copyright, but it's not. And the fact of the matter is you're not going to provide any judge court order to take my videos down. You're doing this intentionally, you're doing this maliciously to affect my channel because you don't like the fact that I have a voice and that I have the ability to respond to you and that I can pull in quadruple the numbers that you ever could and haven't pulled since the last 2-3 years. I know you're a hateful and resentful little dude, but I'm gonna ask for your child's sake, you might want to think about what you're doing right now. Because I know your IRS trial is relatively soon, and you can absolutely bet I'm gonna be covering it, regardless if this channel is terminated or not. What blows my mind with you, Gregory Jackson, is not the fact that you copyright strike me, but the fact that you're guilty of exactly the same thing that I do with you. You make videos on your YouTube channel. You have tons of videos on your YouTube channel, more videos than I have, where you take people's videos clips and you respond to them. You've done this numerous times. You did this just a few months ago when you made a video on furries. You take somebody's clip, you post 20-30 seconds of something, and then you respond to it. You do the exact same thing that I do on this platform and have in the past. Link down below in the description is a playlist of every single Onision video I have, including this one. I ask that you please download these videos because I don't know if my channel is going to be up by next week. Onision has until the 26th and the 29th of May to provide a court order. And to be honest, I wouldn't put it past him to make a fake, bogus court order and make something up or write something up and give some sort of, forged, letter at this rate because of how far this guy is willing to go for certain things. I mean, he's already, signed and sent fake cease and desist letters. But if you really want to go down this route, Greg, I'm telling you, this is not a threat. This is a promise. I will come after you legally. If my channel is terminated, then I will have the easiest winnable case against you. I already have my GoFundMe page written up and ready to be posted because I have had thousands of people come up to me, send me emails, and show support financially for legally prosecuting you to the full extent of the law for abusing copyright against me and other people on this platform. And I know for a fact that I can raise $15,000, $20,000 in less than a month in order to legally do what's necessary so that you stop abusing other people on this platform, and I will go through with it. I'm graduating with my degree this next month, and if I have to stop with my welding career for the next 6 months to focus on a legal case with you, I will gladly do it, and I will document everything I possibly can so I can watch you burn legally in court. All my links are linked down below. I recommend you follow me on Twitter if you want any more updates with stuff that's going on, because that's the easiest place that I can talk to you guys without making a video and filling up your sub feed with this deplorable little weasel who thinks that it's okay to abuse other people's content, despite him doing exactly the same thing that he so-called accuses me of. Copyright. Hopefully I'll see you next week for my James Charles video, but you know what? I don't know. Check out my last 2 videos. These may be the last time you see them.